guys, welcome back to Calling the Shots with Kiki
and Sarah.
And we know that it is peak dating reality TV showtime.
Yes, it is. 100%.
Have you... No, you haven't.
I know what you're about to ask me. I'm watching Love Island, but like last season's. Love Island probably doesn't start like closer to summer, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm watching last season's and I've been binging because I have a problem, but it's okay. No, I have not watched Love is Blind. I honestly haven't watched Love is Blind since like season 2.
Yeah.
I just like kind of lost interest. I don't know why. It just didn't like intrigue me as much as I thought it would.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
And I know like a few people even said like they can't seem to find a group of people as good as like the first season.
The first group was the best. Because so in Love is Blind, it's what it sounds like. You date someone without seeing them.
Yeah.
And then you agree to like get married. And then they have like a trial period where they're engaged and then they have to decide to say yes or no at the altar.
Yeah.
And I feel like the first group of people truly were about the experiment. They weren't about getting famous. They weren't like, oh, why not? Like, I think they were like, I genuinely want to find someone.
Yeah. And like, I think it was like an intrigue because it was so different to other dating shows.
Yes.
So it was like, I'm doing this for love, but also like, I want to find out if Love is Blind for myself.
Yes.
You know?
So but the reason I ask if I was just curious if you're watching any, because to me there are three. There's the big three of the dating reality TV shows.
Yeah.
Love is Blind, Love Island, Bachelor.
Yep. / Bachelorette. But yes.
/ Bachelorette. The Bachelor/Bachelorette franchise.
Yeah.
Chances are, if you're into this type of stuff, you're going to watch at least
one of them. Yeah.
I have friends who watch all three.
Yeah.
I've watched all three
also,
personally.
I've even watched, like, there's even others out there that, like, Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah.
But
to me, these are like the ones that have stood the test of like more than a year or two. Like I feel like Too Hot to Handle was like super popular during like COVID.
Yeah.
And I don't hear anyone who watches. Is it still happening? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, but I haven't. That's true. I have not watched it after like season 2.
Yeah.
So
I feel like people stick with one of these 3.
Yeah, for sure.
So because of that, today we will be deciding which athletes we think would be most likely to go on one of these 3 shows.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. I feel like each one gives off a different vibe.
Yes. The shows in general give off completely different vibes. And we'll get into that as we kind of describe why we think each athlete would
and I think that's
each.
what went into like some of my decision.
Yeah.
Was like, the vibes of each of them.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So, yeah, I'm excited. This was like really fun.
It's
to
very
like
fun.
Figure out, yeah.
Also, we're not just doing it with single people. We're just doing it based on the vibes.
Yeah, it's very true.
We didn't do anyone who's been married forever.
Yeah.
But
all of them, if they're in a relationship, it's okay. This is like hypothetical. If they were single and like into that kind of thing.
However, if the casting crew does realize one of them is single, you should definitely reach out.
Yeah. For sure.
That's all I'm saying.
It would be entertaining. 100%.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Anyways.
How
are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
I am watching Love is Blind right now, but I'm super behind.
Gotcha.
I think the final episode comes out today and I'm on like episode 4. I think so. Maybe I'm wrong.
Crazy.
They like batch every episode. Like they do like groups of episodes, which I like.
I do remember that.
Yeah, like they'll do like 3 episodes per week or whatever.
It's on Netflix,
2 weeks,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I use my dad's Netflix. No, I'm not allowed to because of their stupid rules. So even if I want to watch it, I don't know if I'm like dedicated enough to like buy my own Netflix.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
But I have been watching that. That's new with me. We had our RSL home opener, which was super fun.
Literally, I'm assuming you were there.
Yeah, I don't know. I should have led with this, honestly.
It was a literal blizzard.
Yeah. So basically, like, the game was supposed to be at noon, couldn't be at noon because of like lightning and wind was so bad, and then like air quality's bad because dust is like blowing around.
Yeah.
So then the game got pushed back, and then 5 minutes into the game, literally 5 minutes into the game, lightning strikes. And so then it gets pushed back again.
Yeah.
Because there can't be lightning, I believe it's within 8 miles of a stadium for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Per MLS rules. So every time lightning strikes, 30-minute clock like starts again.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So basically that happened. And then we were waiting again. And then finally it was like, okay, time to play. And it started snowing.
Bad,
guys. I was in our press box is half outside, half inside. My seat is in the half outside part, which is the best seat, but also blows because it's so cold. So like at first it wasn't that bad, but then snow was like hitting my computer and I'm like, I'm having a hard time like keeping my computer out of the snow because I'm like in this like balcony area.
Yeah.
But like our content creators on the field, oh my gosh. Shout out to them. The content was phenomenal.
The pictures were crazy.
Were crazy. The goals themselves looked insane. Our videographers were awesome. But like, I felt so bad because their hands were just like
frozen.
So frozen.
Yeah.
Just red. Like it was so painful. I was down on the field at the end getting cell phone video and like it was insane. I should find the photo for you. I mean, I did it. I took a selfie with my friend who's a photographer and she was like, I sent it to her hours later and she was like, I genuinely don't even remember taking this. I think I blacked out during this whole time.
Yeah.
But she took a photo of like my friend and I on the field.
Oh my gosh.
And
literally so much snow.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Did you see all the videos coming out from so for context, if you don't live in Utah, it was like for 2 days leading up to the snowstorm, it was so windy, like insanely windy.
The wind was crazy. Well, even the day of the snowstorm, like that was kind of why also like we were walking on the concourse and like trash cans were just being blown over.
Yeah.
I was like, and they're like the big heavy ones. I was like,
did you see all the tumbleweeds that were like stacked up? Like literally
this poor person's house.
Yeah, they were like up till their second floor.
It was insane, you guys.
Of just like big, massive tumbleweeds.
Yeah.
And like covering cars, like you couldn't see the car because it's just like engulfed in tumbleweeds. And then did you see like the weird like birds flocking in the storm? Yeah. All over TikTok, it was funny. Everyone's like, what's going on in Utah? Because it would show like all the tumbleweeds like literally engulfing.
What's going on?
And then all of a sudden it was like the snowstorm was just starting. And because it was so windy, like have you seen those big flocks of like blackbirds in general? There's like these huge like just like clouds almost of just like birds like flying. It like literally looked like it was out of the horror movie, you know?
Wow.
And I was like, yeah.
It was crazy.
And it dumped snow for like 2 days straight and then it stopped.
It felt like it was the end of the world when it was that windy.
Yeah.
I was like,
crazy.
Are we in a tornado?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's happening?
Be fine?
Are we going to be fine? I don't think so.
So, wild.
It was crazy.
It looked really fun. And
they
won, too. I feel like we need to say that.
We won 3-0 against LAFC, who is not used to the snow.
Yeah.
But it was...
And they weren't happy about it.
Yeah, they were not happy about it. It was one of those games where, like, I think one of those things in my life where I'm like, I never want to do that again, but that is
so fun.
That was, like, a super cool experience.
Yeah.
I've never been colder in my life, but also just, like, feels like once in a lifetime, you know?
For sure.
So.
For sure. So fun.
I really hope you can't hear my roommate doing dishes. You can. Apologies. Anyways, how did you survive the storm?
I did. And it I was glad that it hit not on my birthday.
We need to talk about your birthday.
Yes. My birthday was March 1st. So it was the Friday before the storm hit.
I haven't asked any details because I wanted to hear on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. We saw Dune, which you saw Dune as well, right?
Yes.
And we just went to dinner with some friends and then saw Dune that night. But I was just so happy because very rarely in Utah is it sunny and like not freezing on my birthday. And it was pre-storm. It was windy, but it was still sunny and like in the 50s, which I was like, I'll take it.
People here,
I'm gonna take it.
You almost call it like the warm before the storm.
Yeah.
Because it does get a little bit warmer. Before it just goes crazy.
Snow. Yeah.
But your birthday was the day before this.
Yeah.
Which I am happy about for you.
Yeah, I am too.
It came so fast.
Quick. Yep.
I was like, oh yeah, Sarah's birthday is Friday. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
What?
So yeah, it was really fun.
Where'd you go to dinner?
We just went to Spitz, the
Spitz.
Yeah, the Mediterranean place. So it was super good, just because it was like it was like a group of us, and so finding tickets for Dune on the day of the release was like hard for like big group, and so we all like none of us live in Draper, but we went to like the Draper Cinemark because I was the only one that didn't have like the very front row.
Yeah, not doing that.
Yeah, so we just went to Draper. We all met up in Draper and went and ate dinner, and yeah, it was super fun. And I don't know, I feel like this birthday, it came up quick for me too.
Yeah.
Like it didn't even register in my brain. I
can't believe it's even March.
Yeah, exactly. And so it wasn't that big of a deal. You know what I mean? Whereas in the past it's been like
an extravaganza.
Yeah, it's been something big.
For me, I'm like, I just want to have fun on my birthday.
Exactly.
I don't care what I'm doing. I just want to have a good time.
So yeah, and Dune was really good. I won't spoil anything. It was very long, but like definitely a lot more going on than the first one.
Oh, 100%. I want to rewatch it, but I want to rewatch it at home because I almost feel like it was so loud. Yeah. So much going on. It was so action-packed that I was like,
it kind of hurt my head a little.
There's a lot happening here.
I totally forgot that Austin Butler was like the bad guy.
I forgot that too. I saw photos of them on the red carpet.
Same. And it didn't register in my brain that like, oh, he's in the movie. And then I saw his character and I was like, for reference, he's like bald and has no eyebrows and like super pale. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's Austin Butler.
That's how I was. I was like,
my friend next to me was like, wait, is it? Are you sure? And I'm like, I can tell that jawline like a mile away.
Right?
That's Austin Butler.
My mom was like, did you recognize who it was? I was like, yeah,
100%. Yeah.
He can be bald and no eyebrows. I'll recognize him, man. Like...
So, and he did so good. Like, his acting, people, may question the way he goes about because he's very much a method actor. He is a
method actor.
But
we all remember when
so good.
Remember when he like couldn't get rid of his Elvis
accent? Did you see he had to hire like a voice like coach to get rid of the accent?
It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's so bad.
It was embarrassing.
This doesn't ruin anything, but like at one point he like licks a knife and I saw like they asked him in at a premiere interview, like, was that in the script or did you just like make that up? And he's like, I just made that up. Like it wasn't written anywhere. It just felt like the right thing to do in the moment. And so I did it. And everyone was like, yeah, Austin was like scary.
That's wild.
So anyways, shout out to him.
The movie was good. I think everyone should watch it. It's a phenomenal
100%. Movie. Yeah. And I'm excited because it's gonna be like a long series because the book is super long.
Yeah, well, it almost sucks though because I looked it up and it's like, when is Dune 3 expected? They're like
2026.
Yeah, they said 21 months away or something. Like basically 2 years. I was like,
well, that sucks.
That's so far away. Yeah. Maybe if I get bored in my
I think they're just in the past because they've made them before. They've made like there's a Dune from like 30 years ago.
Yeah. No, I've seen it, but I've like seen previews for them or like ads for them.
Yeah, and like it's a very complex storyline, and I think back then, I don't think they had the technology to make it look how it needed to.
Yeah,
and two, I don't know if like it was just the writing back then, but like it never did really well. But I feel like now that you have the technology, you have like the cast that's so good. Yeah. Like it's gonna do so well. And I'm excited finally for like a new, like Marvel was so good. I feel like it's flopped lately.
It's completely flopped.
That I'm excited for.
Madam Web was like funny.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I forgot. No, I remember talking about it.
And
it was like, it's like rated one of the worst.
Yeah. Well, I was like, oh, this is what happened. I was like, Sarah, I'm going to go see this. I haven't seen it. And you were like, oh. And I was like, yeah, I haven't heard anything about it. You're like, I haven't heard anything about it, but I'm kind of glad I haven't. And you were like, I've heard it's pretty bad. I was like, I just said I was glad I hadn't heard anything about it, Sarah.
I'm sorry. But I couldn't contain it because like aggressively I heard it was bad.
You should have contained it, Sarah. It's okay. I like going in without any expectations because even in that moment, I'm sitting there like, it's like funny to me if it's that bad. Like it truly is. Like there were moments where I was just like turned and laughed. Like and it was supposed to be so serious, but it was so cringy.
Because
like,
it's just so cheesy.
And I saw TikToks where like after, because I was on a cruise right beforehand, so I hadn't seen any or heard anything, where like the whole theater was laughing. It's like it was an experience, honestly. So
interesting.
If you're ever bored and want to laugh at something, you should watch that movie.
Okay, good to know.
But
I don't know if I'll go see it in theaters, but when it comes out,
no, you shouldn't.
Wherever,
if you truly just want to like laugh at something, wait till it's on a streaming service you already have.
Okay.
This is so funny. Anyways, we will move on from TV shows and movies for now. Happy late birthday, Sarah. How old are you now?
I'm 25.
So
quarter of a century.
I'm always like, how do you feel about being 25?
I've never been one of those people who like looks too deeply into it. I know some.
That's good.
Yeah, I know some people like once as they get older, they like start to like their birthday less and less, or just the fact that you're getting older. Yeah, and I'm just like, it's part of life. I'm like, I just don't read too deeply into it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, 100%.
I'm just excited I can rent a car and not be charged a massive fine.
Yeah. 25 is a good age.
Yeah.
25, like you said, quarter of a century.
Yeah.
Sitting pretty.
Maybe I have a quarter of a century crisis, but we'll see.
Listen.
It happens.
I did.
Yeah. It happens.
Did I tell you how I got a massage on my cruise and they were like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 27. And she's like, no, you're too young and pretty to be 27. I was like,
I know that's supposed to be a compliment, but
that's the biggest backhanded compliment I've
ever heard in my life. Are you kidding me?
What do you mean? Isn't
that
gosh.
Crazy? Yeah, that is crazy.
So, at least you're 25.
Why couldn't she say
just don't act shocked. Just be like, great, you're like,
that's awesome.
You're young,
you're
pretty. Like, don't be like, you're too young and pretty to be 27.
Like, there's so many ways you could have approached that. But anyways,
we're gonna move on. Can't unpack all that right now.
There's been a few things that have happened in the sports world that we just want to hit on.
Yeah, we'll go quick because I'm really excited about our reality show thing. But the time has come to say goodbye to Jason Kelce in the NFL.
Yeah.
He officially retired. He said he was going to hold a press conference. He did.
It was emotional.
His family was there. Travis was there. Honestly, I don't remember what their dad looks like. I'm sure he was there. I saw Donna was there, Donna Kelce. Everyone was in tears, including him, including Travis.
And it was like a full-on speech saying thank you to everyone in his life.
Yeah.
Which was wild. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was he had such an amazing career that it made sense, but I also felt like it was a little much.
Yeah. He is a little much as a human being. However, I do think I kind of prefer the post with the letter.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is because as soon as you say you're having a press conference.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, he's retiring.
Also, everyone already knew, kind of.
Yeah,
it was already leaked.
It was already leaked, and he basically said
that he's gonna wait till he says it. You can hear all that, but I want to be the one to officially do it when I'm ready.
So it almost. Okay, he can do whatever he wants, obviously. Yeah. What I kind of think when it got leaked, he should just said it because that's when the energy was around it.
Yeah.
I do feel while it was everywhere, it was almost shorter lived than when it got leaked.
Yes, that's true.
So
yeah. But it did, a lot of people were showing him love on social media. And he is truly, it's crazy. Who's another center? Can you name another center in the NFL or that's have ever played in the NFL?
I'm trying to think about a center right now.
Probably not. So I feel as much as it was I feel if anyone was to do it, that's gonna be an O lineman, it's gonna be him.
Well, he's a legend. He's a legend, sure. And so that's the thing. He can retire however he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for him, he probably felt it was really important to get all those thank yous out, and so I'm glad he did.
Yeah.
And anyways, the game will miss you.
Yes.
The game will miss you, Jason Kelce.
Yeah.
But
I have a feeling he's gonna be around though. He's
100%.
For sure. He would be perfect for analyst
Yeah, or literally anything.
Play-by-play, or literally anything, like, he would be so good at. So I'm sure, like, this won't be the last time we see him around football.
Definitely not. More football.
Yes.
NFL Combine, I think we've talked about it before. It's basically a chance when you're going from college to the NFL. It's like a job interview. You do skill tests. You do a medical test. You basically show, like, here's how I stack up on paper.
Yeah.
Keep in mind it is on paper. There's, like, a lot of intangibles that, like, you don't, like, some people will test well and then not do very well in the NFL, and some people will not test well and then perform really well in the NFL.
Yeah.
But it's just, like, an opportunity to like get NFL scouts to, like, notice and want you.
Yeah. And, like, the spotlight is just on you. Yeah, they can look at your film and stuff, but, like, this is very much like the individual rather than the team.
Yeah.
So anyways, it occurred, and just a few funny things that happened. Sam Hartman, I think we've mentioned him before. Yeah. He was the very attractive quarterback at Notre Dame.
He looks like he should be on a reality dating show.
Yes, he looks like he should be on a reality dating show. He also looks like he would be, like, literally the stereotypical, like, movie quarterback.
Yeah, he's the high school quarterback star in
but the man has great hair, a great beard.
Yeah.
The importance, emphasis on the hair. So him and Frank Crum, who was an offensive tackle for Wyoming, doesn't really matter. Another person who has great hair. So the slow-mos of their 40-yard dash at the NFL Combine have been floating around, and they're hilarious. Because, like, the flow in slow-mo looks crazy.
That's insane.
And, like,
I can picture it.
Sam's is just, everyone's like, he literally looks so majestic for the fact that he's, like, sprinting right now. And he doesn't look ugly.
Most of the time, they look ugly. Yeah. Most of the time they look ugly.
And he looks like he's literally Baywatch. You know what I mean? And it's so funny because
it just fits the stereotype of him.
He just looks so good, and it's crazy. Anyways, that was kind of funny. The other thing that, like, I'm not surprised about, because I personally have not been a fan of this person for a while now.
Yeah.
But USC's quarterback, Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
He goes to the Combine, and the whole point of going is to show what you can do. And also there's, like, a medical, like, sorry, I'm, like, blanking on the name of it.
There's, like, a medical
exam. Yeah, an evaluation where, like, and it's super important for, like, them to, you know, make sure you're physically fit, that kind of thing, whatever. So he goes to the Combine and decides to opt out of the medical exams, or literally, like, one of the most important parts of the Combine. He also, I don't think he threw. He's a quarterback.
He didn't throw?
Yeah. He goes, and so when he was asked about it, he said, I'm doing the medical stuff, just not here in Indianapolis, where the Combine was. I'll be doing them at team interviews. 32 teams cannot draft me. There's only one of me, so the teams I go to for my visit, those teams will have my medical exam. That's it. And it just was like, the way he said it, he's just so entitled. It's crazy.
I have a question. What do they do in the medical exam? Is this like a drug test?
No. It's like to check your physique, your BMI, your body mass.
So maybe he's just not as fit as he wants to be right now.
Yeah, and, like, a lot of it is to make sure, like, you're not injured in any way. So there's been, like, rumors floating around, like, maybe there's something going on that we don't really know about.
Yeah, because this is weird. I've never heard of this.
He was supposed to be, like, the number one pick, and since, like, the Combine, his draft stock, which is, like, what people think they'll be picked at, has gone down and down. Because people are like, oh, like, he's just showing, like, he's entitled. Any team he's going to go to, he's just going to be a problem. He also doesn't have an agent.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently his dad is basically his agent. That's what I was going to
say. Is it, like, his mom or something?
And so people are, like, saying that's a big problem, and, like, his dad has caused issues, and it's part of the reason he thought he deserved, like, stake in whatever team he goes to. Yeah. And so everyone's like, you need to get rid of the dad, and a lot of these problems will be fixed.
He's just problematic.
Yeah. It's just, oh my gosh, he grinds my gears, and, like, I've never
Sarah hates him.
Wanted someone to fail, but I won't be sad if he does.
You don't want him to succeed.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
And from what it's looking like, I don't know if he will. If he maybe sits, if someone takes him and benches him for a year so he can learn, I think that might help humble him. But yeah, if he starts, I don't expect great things.
Did I tell you how I watched Squid Games and there's this character, not character, it's a real person.
Yeah.
Who's like he's just like really cocky. Yeah. And he was just like, people didn't like him because he was really cocky and kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And I literally turned to my boyfriend. I was like, this man is Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
This is him. And it like.
To a T.
And my boyfriend's a Utah fan, so he like hates him.
Yeah.
As is like a lot of people don't like him. Yeah. You know what I mean? But he has a reputation.
Yeah, he does. Anyways, that's my rant. And
how do you feel?
I feel a little better. I had to get it all out there because, man, he really grinds my gears. And I've been waiting to talk about him on the podcast. Talk about this specifically.
Yeah.
But that was like, there's other things that happened, obviously. But that's like the funny and my rant about the NFL combine.
Yes. And now we're going to get into happier things that will bring you peace.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark. So we mention her all the time. You know the name. She's a star.
She's slowly becoming the GOAT of college basketball.
Yeah.
And she's being...
College basketball as a whole, not just women's.
Not just women's. And people are putting her in that conversation, and good. She deserves it.
Yeah,
because she just surpassed yet another, like, record. This time it was of Pete Maravich for the most career points in D1 history.
Most career points ever in D1 history.
Female, male, everyone.
She is breaking records left and right.
Yeah.
It's constantly like career milestone after career milestone. The tickets for like
the team that she's projected to be drafted to.
Oh yeah, that's crazy too. And one of the, I don't even remember which Iowa game tickets for. It's so hard for me to keep track of all the records she's breaking. Yeah. One of the records she was breaking, the tickets were insane for. Yeah. And yeah, literally the fact that people think she's going to get drafted somewhere those tickets are going up is insane. She just
announced that she's not coming back to Iowa next year. And immediately the like team that she's projected to be drafted to, which is the Indiana Fever, their tickets nearly tripled in price.
That's crazy.
Which is insane.
Here's the thing. She's done everything she needs to do in college basketball. Yeah. And I feel like I never say that about people where I'm like, oh, they've accomplished it all. But she truly has.
She really has.
So everyone pulled up to see this like record night for her. Yeah. It was so funny because the video, you see Travis Scott walk in. Yeah. Right? And it's like, oh my gosh, Travis Scott is in the building. Yeah. This is so dope. And then he walks up and he says hi to Jake from State Farm.
The guy.
the little actor who's wearing khakis and a Kristen Juszczyk
custom vest that's Caitlin Clark themed.
Yes. What? I was like, first of all, Jake from State Farm, I was not familiar with your game. Yeah. Okay. Second, Travis Scott pulling up and then afterwards saying that he needs Caitlin Clark's jersey. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah.
And LeBron James congratulating her afterwards. Yeah. Like, she's up there with, I'm convinced, and I think for sure if she wins the, national title, she's for sure the GOAT of college basketball. Yeah. And no one can convince me otherwise. I think that's the last thing that the last feather in her cap is that, and
all the individual things she's already done.
Yeah, exactly.
She's already done.
So big shout out to her. Yeah, she's amazing.
She's amazing. She's iconic. She's not someone I put down for one of my dating show
Me neither.
Things.
Me neither.
She
doesn't get that vibe off.
She doesn't get that vibe off, and that's fine. Now we will move on to our reality dating.
Yes.
Our athletes' hypothetical reality dating shows.
Yeah.
I would like to say, as I was thinking about this, former athletes that are male, they're always the one on reality shows.
This is true.
I feel like constantly on Love Island, it's like, oh, like I played football, like I'm a football player, like I played college baseball, or like it's always something like that.
And if it's the UK, they're all like football soccer players.
Yeah.
You know?
Like always.
All the time.
I feel like even like shoot, Aaron Rodgers' brothers, Jordan Rodgers. Yeah. He used to play, like, Colton. Yeah. I don't remember his last name, but he was an athlete. Yeah. Like, they were both former bachelors. So, like, and I feel like it never happens with the girls. Yeah. It's true. I don't know if, like, maybe, I feel like sometimes it's like
it doesn't look as good.
Yeah, like...
It's not as perceived as well.
Not everyone who goes on a dating show is, like, crying for help or attention. Yeah. But sometimes, and I feel like with the dudes that are former athletes, they, like, grew up with this attention.
Spotlight, yeah.
And they need more of it. Yeah. So it was almost hard to think of female athletes this.
This is true.
Because I feel like most of them, it's just not their vibe.
Yeah. I agree. It was hard, and so we sprinkle in a few in there. Yeah. But I feel like the first person that immediately came to my head, because he literally had his own dating show. Did you have him on your list? Okay. Travis Kelce.
I know who you're talking about, though, obviously.
Travis Kelce literally had his own dating show. If you haven't seen anything about it, you should look it up. It was called, like, Catching Kelce. Catching Kelce. Yeah. I was about to say Chasing Travis. Catching, same thing.
Same concept. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure
it's Catching Kelce. You're 100% right. But because of that, I immediately was like, okay, if he didn't have his own dating show, he would be The Bachelor. Yeah. Because the concept was very similar to The Bachelor. It was a bunch of girls from all over the country.
Competing for one from, like, each state. Yeah. Is, I think, what happened.
Competing for him, which is basically The Bachelor.
And I think if he had not, most of the time it's like athletes that aren't that famous. If it had not panned out as well for him, if he was not as good as he is, and he, like, dipped out of the NFL, I think that would totally make sense. Yeah. He'd first go on as a contestant, and then if people would love him, and then he'd end up being The Bachelor.
Yep. And if he wasn't dating Taylor Swift, obviously.
Yeah, like we said at the beginning, these are just people who are not married.
Yeah. So, anyways, I just felt like he had to be the first one said because he literally had his own dating show. So, yeah. Anyways.
So, I feel like I should preface in my mind, I'm going to do someone for Love Island. And I feel like Love Island is, like, wild and fun and out there.
Unhinged.
Super unhinged. I put Neymar. And
That's hilarious. I didn't even think about that. 100% I could see it. Oh my gosh.
Totally see it.
He would do well too.
He would pull on the show, but then there'd be drama.
Yeah, so he would be causing it.
Yeah. He'd be a main character. I feel like he'd be an instigator. Like, that's one where I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. No, that's so funny. He did not even pop up in my brain for this, so that's hilarious. Yeah. Going off the Love Island vibe, I'll do a female. So I think this person would come in as, like, a bombshell, and it would be Livy Dunne. Livy Dunne. Sorry.
Livy Dunne.
From LSU, the gymnast who's, like, super big on TikTok and social media. 100% she would go in there and, like, turn heads, as they say.
This is, as they say, do I need to watch Love Island? Okay, so in Love Island, they bring people on as the show goes on. Yeah. And they honestly save a lot of the really cool, hot people for later on because they're trying to, like, stir the pot.
And, like, get people's, like I said, turn their heads away from whoever they're coupled up with. And they call them bombshells because they basically drop a bomb in the villa and just see what happens.
Yes, that's a good one. Yeah. That she is the level of a bombshell on that 100%. Show. So, no doubt about it. Okay, I'm going to go, I feel like I need to do a Love is Blind one. Yep. And I mainly did this, I think, just keeping in mind, like, this is an athlete who, like, is the definition of a household name, but also before he became really good at his sport was just, like, not... he was just, like, a sleeper, and I feel like Love is Blind is people...
Oh my gosh.
They kind of are like that,
I know what you're going to say.
So I put Tom Brady.
Oh, interesting.
Because I feel like pre-fame, he's the type that would, like, he just, like, seems so... Yeah. like, he's not actually wild, so he doesn't belong on Love Island.
Yeah.
Maybe when he was a little more famous, he could be on Bachelor. Yeah. But I'm like, I feel like in his, like, I'm not super hot and famous era, I would put him on Love is Blind.
Interesting. Okay.
Who did you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to, for some reason in my brain, because you kept saying sleeper and, like, I don't know, it was giving me, like, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, actually, I feel like is like emotionally tender, so I also could see him on Love is Blind.
But I'm gonna go off that, but I feel like my Love is Blind take is a little different. I feel like it's the people
two that are very different.
I feel like for Love is Blind, it's not like necessarily they're just like super, super good looking. You know what I mean? And a lot of them I feel like have really like weird personalities.
Yeah.
But they kind of hide it on the show because they can. Because again, you're not seeing them. I feel like they're able to like be a little more
quirky.
Yeah. And so because of that, he might be a little out there. But I said Aaron Rodgers.
That's so funny.
Because I feel like he would go on there and be like his hippy dippy self.
Yeah, he's a very unique personality.
Yeah, and he would like, people would be like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? So that was my one. I think,
personality wise,
that's my Love
I
is
think
Blind
he would
one.
love to sit in a pod and talk to someone.
Yeah, like get really deep with someone.
I feel like he's very like, and this is, I feel like Tom Brady's like this too. They're kind of just like very true to who they are.
Yeah.
That's fun. Okay. Someone I put for, I haven't done a Bachelor one yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Devin Booker on The Bachelor.
Interesting.
Because
that's so
he is just the typical.
He's an NBA player. He's everyone knows.
He's an NBA player, and like he's very attractive.
Yep.
But he's very like, to me, he's just your like basic hot boy.
Yeah. Dated Kendall Jenner.
Great style, like into pop culture. Yep. I feel like he is pop culture.
Yep.
Like he himself, and so I'm like, I feel like he'd go on Bachelorette, be someone like kind of like a Tyler Cameron that people like really love.
Yeah.
And then end up being The Bachelor.
Yeah.
That's my take.
No, I could see it 100%. This next one, I teetered between two shows for this person.
Oh, fun.
And he is Tyreek Hill. I feel like I could see him on The Bachelor, but I could also see him on Love Island. Yeah. For two different reasons. One, this is going to sound really bad. If you don't know about Tyreek Hill, he has a lot of baby mamas. Did you know this?
Yeah. Those are not the best human.
Yes. Not the best human. But again, I feel like he could like, he looks like a likable person.
He can manage multiple relationships.
And he can manage multiple relationships.
That's actually so funny.
So that's why I was like Bachelor. But also I could see him going on Love Island
for the wildness of it.
For the wild and like stirring things up. And I don't think he would be a bombshell. I think he would either be like a Casa Amor boy,
which means like a group, like they separate the men and women into, and they meet different men and women. Yeah. And it's called Casa Amor where they do that. So that's where he would come in.
Yeah, either there or like from the beginning.
Yeah, literally a day one of the two. I see that.
Yeah. So I could see either one, and literally the Bachelor one is just because, I think he could date multiple women at once and be okay with it.
That's actually so funny. Someone I put for Love Island, I put Jamal Williams. I just think
I'm here for it.
This man would be best friends with everyone in the villa.
Everyone
would love him.
He'd be the class clown.
He'd be the one that everyone roots for. He never gets kicked off because people want him to find love so bad.
Yep.
And like his personality would just shine.
I'm already excited. Yes, I want it to happen.
He would shine the brightest of all dating shows. Jamal Williams would shine the brightest on Love Island.
No, I 100% agree with that.
So,
oh shoot. Okay, there we go. So another female that I put down, and I just think she just knows how to like, she knows what she wants. She knows how to like command attention, control a room, and that is Angel Reese. So because of that, I could see her being the Bachelorette and being like, I want you, I don't want you. I can't remember her name, but she was a lawyer that went on. Rachel. I think she would do similarly to Rachel, where she like doesn't put up with the drama. The second that you start something, she's like, I don't want you. Yeah. Which may not be that exciting, but I think like if there was a show that she would go on, it would be that one. And it's because she has control of the situation. She knows what she wants.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So Angel Reese.
That's good. I just realized I think the only ones I haven't done are my women. So I'm going to get to them.
Yeah.
I put for Bachelorette, Sophia Smith.
Okay.
She is in a relationship, actually.
Yeah.
You know, there's people, some of them are. But she is just like, I feel like her whole aesthetic on Instagram is like so cute. She's naturally super pretty.
Yeah.
I think she's the type of girl that guys would be like, she's like beautiful and cool and athletic. And like, they would be lining up.
For sure.
To be getting out of that limo to meet her.
For sure.
So I put her as Bachelorette. I think she
is
the prize.
Yeah, she would kill it for sure. I think I went through all mine. I have an extra one.
Oh.
I don't know if I did that many in a row.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I accidentally put an extra. I'll just do my last one.
Okay.
My last one, the only reason I even did this is because I was like, okay, this is a Love is Blind one. And I feel like sometimes people are like, I just want them to get to know me.
Yeah.
I put Suni Lee because she is so famous and so pretty and so talented that I could see her being like, I don't want the, like...
people to...
like have all this fame associated with me. I feel like she's actually like super cool and down to earth. And so I could also see her just being like, I just want people to literally know me as like my personality and not all the things that I've accomplished. So I threw her in there for Love is Blind for that reason.
I could see that.
Wow, I wish we could literally pull
There's
a cast
so
together.
many. We could do so many.
When are they going to make a dating show
for celebrities?
Former athletes.
Yeah.
Just athletes.
Yeah. Needs to happen.
It could be celebrities and athletes.
I'm like trying to think of...
Let me sit on that one.
Yeah. I'm like...
There's a lot of potential.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. Like balls in your court or something like that. You know what I mean?
People are going to hear like balls instead of ball is in your court.
Okay.
Balls in your court.
Well, that's like a saying.
I know.
Like,
but it's a dating show. Think about it. Imagine a Love Island energy with that title.
Or Shoot Your Shot.
Shoot Your Shot. That'd be a good one.
There we go.
We found one.
I redeemed myself.
Honestly, the first one was funny. There's, man, I'm going to be thinking about that. I like that, though. Shoot Your Shot.
Shoot Your Shot.
Kind of like calling the shots.
Yeah.
Maybe they call it calling the shots, and
this
we
is true.
sue for money. Just kidding. And we become rich. Wow, the possibilities are endless. I'm like, we have our shot callers. Yeah. Maybe that's what they call things.
This is true. If you have any ideas, send them our way.
Always.
Also, we need to make this happen.
Yeah, we need to make this happen. I think it'd be fun one time to just go through athletes and say which show we think they'd be on. Mm-hmm. Just based on their vibes.
Yeah.
But anyways, for another day. Guys, thanks for listening. As always, we appreciate when you like our stuff and you subscribe. Follow on our Instagram because every week we post our stories and kind of give just a little bit more of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like any
little visuals.
If you want to see me have a moment with messing.
Yeah.
That's on our highlight. Things like that. That's on our Instagram story. So go follow us. But that's all we had this week from Calling
the Shots.
See you next time.
See ya. Bye.